Welcome back to the Morning Blend. Milwaukee's homeless population can turn to the Guest House of Milwaukee as a leader in our community, serving them throughout innovative and effective programs. But they are in desperate need right now of your help.
That's right. Amy Rowell is the manager of community outreach at the Guest House. Welcome to you.
Good morning. Nice to see you.
Yeah, it's always great to have you here. Let's talk just a little bit about the differences of funding, because right now Match Day, which a lot of people are familiar with, is no longer in existence.
Right.
So for you guys, you've come up with a new way to help fund this organization.
So Match Day was an incredible resource for us for about 3 years. We found out late last year, after we had already budgeted for this first quarter, that it would not be continuing. To say that we panicked a little bit is probably putting it lightly. But as you can imagine, last year we earned $100,000 from that experience in March, which is critical funding needed in the first quarter. So we have decided to organize our own internal campaign called Giving Day.
Yeah, that's great. We're going to talk about the specifics of that. I want to talk about the Guest House. You continue to be a leader, as we mentioned, in really innovative and effective programming. A lot of people will ask you about your growth and what's going on and what's the latest and the newest. And you're actually doing some construction, right?
We are adding 8,000 square feet onto the north side of our building, in addition to doing a lot of renovation internally.
And what will this allow space for?
Yeah, so we're currently in a 120-year-old building. So the renovation of that side will allow us to do more efficient and effective programming, allow a nicer living space for the gentleman staying with us. The addition of the 8,000 square feet, to be honest with you, is not to increase our shelter beds, is to accommodate the amazing growth in our staff. 8 years ago, when our current executive director started, we had 40 apartment units that we were supporting with case management for formerly homeless men, women, and families. We now have almost 400.
Wow.
So accommodate for that growth in our case management and support team, we needed to add on some space to our building, because otherwise they've been working out of satellite offices. Now granted, a lot of them do spend most of their time in the field, but we do need one central place where we can have all of our staff together, we can be meeting as a team, and really doing those programs and services in the way that we've become known for. Yeah.
Do you have new programs that you're implementing with the Guest House to really help our community and the unique needs here?
Yeah, so what's really exciting about the Guest House, and sort of a testament to the effectiveness of our programming, is that we're asked constantly to help with these innovative programs, including addressing the chronically homeless, those also programs for Housing First, which a lot of people sort of have their apprehensions about. Housing First has minimal barriers. These are individuals that are, just as you would imagine, put into housing and then offered some sort of wraparound and comprehensive programming. The requirements are minimal. Don't destroy your property and be a good neighbor. And hopefully, and most of them do, then take advantage of services. And we're finding that that's working and it's really effective, because if you say to somebody, you need to do X, Y, Z before we'll provide you with an apartment, if they don't know what that feels like, it's really hard to work for it. But if you say, here's your apartment, now let's work together on how we can maintain this really successfully for you long term, that's something that they can then grasp, and they want to hold on to that.
That makes sense. We talked about ways that people can help, especially because funding that you've really counted on in the past isn't going to come through for you this year. How can people help? You mentioned Giving Day, and that's your own campaign.
Right. So, like I said, we raised $100,000 from that last year. We know that that's going to be next to impossible for us to raise this year. So we bumped our goal down a little bit. We did find some board members and some good friends of the Guest House that have agreed to match the first $25,000 raised. I will tell you though, since launching this campaign last Tuesday, we're sort of at a snail's pace. We're at about $7,000 raised so far, so we still have a long way to go. But the campaign is running until March 22nd. So hopefully your viewers and the rest of our community will step up and get behind us. Once we achieve that $25,000, that's when that match will kick in, and we do still optimistically hope that we can raise an additional $25,000 above and beyond that for a total of $75,000. It's definitely going to be difficult, but I'm confident that this community can get behind us and help with these critical needed funds.
What do you say to someone who says, this issue doesn't really affect me? I'll put my money here or there. How does homelessness and those who are homeless in our community affect all of us?
Yeah, so I brought this picture here. If anybody's been to the Guest House, they're familiar with this image. It's a mural on the lower level, and it's got a lot of history. It was painted 30 years ago this year in 1986 by a gentleman who had been staying in shelter. He's obviously a very talented artist. But over time, we had sort of lost the story of what this was all about. We reached out to him last year, connected with him, and he reminded us that even though you might be seeing some very stereotypical images in this painting, you know, homeless men, dirty clothes, alcohol and cigarettes and whatnot, but what he also said is, you know, this is a sense of community. These are individuals that have forced into shelter services, are likely to not receive them very well. He's also very deliberate in pointing out the light at the top of that image, indicating that on any given day, somebody can wake up and make a different decision and to decide to accept services. And that's what we're there for. That's what we address best in the community. We meet individuals where they are. We don't force the services on them, and we work with an individualized plan to help overcome their homelessness.
That's fantastic. Really quick, we ran out of time. Your urban garden opening soon for the growing season. People can get involved in that as well.
Yeah, so the Cream City Gardens, 1 acre of urban farmland right across the street from the shelter. It's open May through September. It definitely takes a village to keep that going.
Oh, I bet. And people can help with gardening, especially if you've got a green thumb. Be sure to get in touch with them. So the Guest House Giving Day is happening right now. This campaign is going just through March 22nd, though. So be sure to give today because your gift can be doubled, especially if you donate early. The way to do that is by emailing Amy to get more information. That's on your screen. You can call 414-316-2025. You can also go to themorningblend.com. We've got a website there, and you can click on that and go directly to the site where you can make a donation yourself. So that's themorningblend.com. Always great to see you. Good luck with this goal that you have. We appreciate it.